You're about to hear real people's stories. Some tracks include references to racism, imprisonment, mental health, sexual assault, and drug use. If you need a pause, you can stop or skip at any time. Our team can signpost, so please speak to a member of staff for support with any of the above mentioned issues, and for those who need, there's also a quiet space available.
Put me a perk, you know I'm gon' crash out. Or black in the dop in my mask down. Guns on the board, we don't go, put our hands out. Get out the way when I sprint to get down. Like I was a shock, but I did drown. I remember 13, I was leading the team. Top of my head at a big crowd.
Come from an African culture and education where we had the knowledge of music. We had the knowledge of astronomy. We had the knowledge of geometry. That's why we could learn the space very quickly, the geography. If you did not have those three elements, you couldn't have no maroons. Marooning means you know how to read space, you can figure out how to get out of where they locked you in and how to get to the mountain or how to get to the river. It's because those three vital elements of knowledge was with us.
God, don't send me that way.
The McPherson Report, it was the first introduction to a palatable way of embracing the fact that structural racism is actually what's to be looked into if you're really addressing the lack of social mobility amongst black people. So the ability to go from school, college, uni, and then keep ascending within that social economic strata, to go from underclass to working class to middle class, that should be available and attainable to anybody.
Nah, we're the plugs now, innit? We're not afraid to do nothing. We're just breaking into all the empty houses.
I turned my flat where I lived into the studio for the radio station. So they had the radio station, we had like a little aerial that they had to put up at the top of the flats, which would, because it's a pirate radio station, that would sometimes get taken down. And it got taken down, and then you'd have to wait and put it back up again, you know? So it was like a cat and mouse chase.
They got raided in Edmonton. So when they got raided, all their stuff moved to Walthamstow. So now they're a radio station that's based in Walthamstow. In Walthamstow, everyone's moving out of these flats in Walthamstow, in St Michael's Tower and Dyke Court. So everyone's moving out. So basically, there's loads of empty flats over there. So what we're doing now, we're the plugs now, innit? We're not afraid to do nothing. We're just breaking into all the empty houses. You get me? Right, studio here, studio there, rigging up the electric, studio there, studio there, studio there. This went on for a couple of years. You always knew it was going to come to an end. You know what I mean? Like, I remember it came to the stages where when we used to like, shh, like we're playing on the radio, you get me? Shh. He's just cut out now. Right, everyone's gone down to jumped in the car, whatever, got a stolen whip downstairs, you know what I mean? Jump in the car, gone to the block, you get me? We'd either see the DTI coming out with the rig, and it'd be like, like, we're done, like, you get me? Like, no more rig, like, no more radio, like, we're done, like, you get me? So it's either we'd see that or we'd see them just coming out, and then what they do is they chop your wires. Do you get me? So whatever wires you got, they just chop them. You know what I mean? And then you just go there and just rig it back up. But you know that if they're coming again, they're coming for that rig next time. So they're going through all boundaries to get that. So you got to stop them from getting that, because that's like £600 or whatever it was down them days. They're down the drain, £300. Yeah, like I was involved in the music, like getting involved in the music heavily them times there, do you know what I mean? But we was using our criminality to fund and do what with this station. So that's how we was kind of keeping the station afloat. The stuff we're doing lead us down into prison. Yeah, I was going back in and out of prison and hoping that when I've gone in and out, that station's still going to be there and that things are going to still be happening on that vibe, do you know what I mean, with the music and stuff like that.
Shows that you're from greatness, innit? It means you understand you're from better than this. You're from better than this.
a little bit further on into the thousands, I was on a proactive covert team working, which was based in that sort of area, importation of heroin, and again, sort of changes in that, particularly within the Turkish and Kurdish communities. Older men still dealing in heroin with those roots, bringing heroin in, but the younger generation, their sons, actually focusing more on cannabis, and a change, because if you did get caught, it meant that you wouldn't be serving as much time in prison. London started to change significantly. Robberies were sort of probably the main thing, particularly with kids robbing each other. Also underlying drug issues. Quite a lot of crime linked to mental health.
And I just got badder and badder. No more Dean is Stanner. Phone jacker, car jacker, young and reckless arm blagger, burner or a sharp dagger. Probably made your dog scatter if they came to our manor. I was on go gadget mode, outside getting them packets sold.
The borough was changing, and the younger generation, when the colours come into it, all of a sudden, everyone's got a certified colour now. And if you ain't got a certified colour, you're linked to a gang with a certified colour. So even if you ain't flagging, you're kind of flagging because you're associated with that colour. I've been stabbed over this colour shoot. And I don't even know the guy who stabbed me. Like, I don't know him from nowhere. I've never met him before. We've never had a conversation. But he knows I'm associated with that side and they're that side. So I need to be got. I had an opportunity and I declined it. I was like, yeah, just go around there and just catch someone. And this is where all this stupid postcode stuff, because think about it, if I went around there and I got someone, then he might not be nothing to do nothing. So that's another new player in the game. You know where I'm coming from? Here comes a new challenger. And then it's just cycle continues. I ain't gonna make an innocent person bleed because I don't know who got me. When I started getting into the knowledge of self, it kind of helped in a way because it kind of showed that you're from greatness, innit? Personally, I start businesses, innit? I do try to do things that's like, you know what? Let me try and be somebody, man, rather than just be a delinquent. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not, yeah, man. I know there's greatness in me. I know that man's meant for better purpose, you know what I mean?
I just threw myself at, whatever I possibly could to help the country in its time of need. And yeah, was nominated for an MBE.
I see patterns changing because I'll do all I can not to be like you. I see what you were meant to do, and your stolen dreams. I run from your dreams, they got me swimming upstream.
Chasing a bag, got 4G still running up lag. In a cat's crib cooking up crack, fly on shots, reload on packs. My heat keep jam. I feel like I must cook it back, then light with a match. The up block come like a pitch, the way I lace up boots, there's jack in the match. Got peps and packs in the backpack, mask got clap back, watch I slap that. No P5 but still double tap that. Don't know what they talk online, but man don't care for the back chat. But them live, I'm a mad hat. But bro stay vigilant, stay away from the joke, you won't.
This project was made possible thanks to the National Lottery Heritage Fund and to the National Lottery Players.